Hello, my beautiful YouTube. Today, I want to tell you all about dubstep. Now, for me, it's really easy to do, and I really want to show you how easy it actually is, and it's actually really fun because you can go a bit crazy, and it's nice to go crazy every once in a while, you know? So really, dubstep is for effects whores, although there have been a few dubstepy kind of videos that don't have that many effects, and they're really good as well. So I think you should definitely check out the Roughneck Bass one from the Tiara Club, and also Ellipse Iris's Eat Me Alive, because they're both really good, and neither of them use crazy effects, but this is just a bit of help for some people who've never even tried it before or who aren't confident with it at all. Those of you who do edit with dubstep, or let alone the people I mention in this video, won't need help from this video at all, I'm sure, but this is just a rough guide. I have no idea what I'm saying, obviously, but let's see how I go, okay? Rule number 1. Flow. Flow is the key ingredient for any video, especially dubstep. Dubstep is all connected, everything is weaved together and mushed together. If you have one clip that ruins your flow, it may make the whole video look not as great as it could be, yeah? The best way I tell people to get rid of flow is to have a simple zoom on every single clip. I mentioned this in my last effects video. We have a zoom in on one clip and a zoom out on the other clip. Don't skip one every clip unless they already have a natural zoom on it already. And this creates a constant sense of movement, so there's no still kind of halting thing that will disrupt your flow. Does that make sense? So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you may understand by watching my Avatar Hero video, because you can watch the Nickelodeon logo down the bottom of the screen, and there was an overlay used in that video, and it's a pretty good one for dubstep. Don't do what I did and put it on the whole video, because that just looks repetitive and silly. So I recommend just using it in segments, and make sure that you set the track style thing. It should already be on alpha or 3D alpha or something. Change it to screen or overlay. Overlay will change the coloring of your video, and it may look a bit odd. So I would definitely recommend doing screen, and you can adjust the amount of overlay you put on. And yeah, and that overlay I used in Hero was number 14 in my overlays, my first overlays video, and also check out number 16 and number 30, because they're also quite good for dubstep kind of music. And there's heaps out there, heaps. Just have a look at anything in that video. Rule number 2. This is the most important rule in dubstep. In every kind of video you make, but especially dubstep, because it's a bit more, you'll see what I mean, it's music. You have to listen to the music. There should be a transition on every beat. And it can be a simple fade transition, it doesn't matter. There should be a transition on every beat, unless you like raw style editing. Personally, I'm not a fan of it because it doesn't show what you can do, you know? It doesn't show that you listen to the music very well, it just shows that you know how to cut. So in dubstep especially, there's so many crazy sounds they put in, and each sound must have something added to it, or something must change. Every sound. Does that make sense? Either you change the coloring of the next clip, or the same clip, and you just cut it and put a transition and change the coloring there, you know? So they could either, so with each new sound, you can either put a new clip, so it's completely different, you can put a new effect, like coloring, or even a noise effect, or TV simulator, or anything like that, or a new transition. So it could be, like in my Umo, where'd you go? Hit girl dubstep 1. It's the same clip, but then there's just a flash transition, just on the flash sound. Now, you have to make note of the important sounds, and some of them are the same, and you can get away with using the same effect because they're, yeah. The higher sounds, whatever instrument it is, the higher sounds always work well with a flash. It can be a hard flash, a soft flash, a coloured flash, anything. Flashes work really well. So do dissolves to black. They work too, but these transitions are really good because you don't need New Blue for them. Bandor is also good, but don't overdo it because that's really noticeable when you keep doing it, whereas flash you don't really notice as much. A brightness and contrast thing as well. You can up the brightness heaps, then click animate, and then lower it when the flash sounds are like ch, and by the end of that end bit, the brightness should have returned to normal. For the low sounding sounds, so that's more like the bass, either bass strumming of the guitar or bass drum, bass kick, any of the low sounding beats, and it'll be usually the boom kind of beat, like the solid one. That one works so well with the New Blue zoom, centered zoom blur. If you don't have New Blue effects, I really recommend getting them because they make such a difference. Please don't ask me how to get them because I forget every time. Yeah, that also can work with dissolve fade to black or New Blue roll, like the roll down, roll across. Those are really effective. The distorted kind of sounds, it's hard to describe. It's like whoa, 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 or the fuzzy kind of crackly distorted, it is dubstep kind of sounds. You should use add noise in your effects. Add noise, a light add noise usually works, so it's more like a light distortion sound. Or you can go to TV Simulator and put everything to a normal bit, so everything's down, and just play with the static level, and that's really good. And you can also do animate and have high static at the beginning and fade it down to low static, depending on what you hear. It's all about what you hear and what the music is telling you. And a normal TV Simulator works quite well too. I think this one's New Blue. If you have New Blue effects, go to the transitions, and there's one called Wave, and I made like a crazier TV wave transition, which is a good transition to move on to the next thing. Although Mamoru doesn't like it when I use that one. So what you could use instead is, I think it's gradient something in your transitions, normal transitions, and use like the nebulous one or the turbulent ones. They can work too, just don't overdo them either. There's like this seizure kind of sound that you can hear sometimes. It's like insane. You can either do a different clip on each one, and that's like, oh my god, intense overload. Or you can either do one long clip, and I recommend putting like a zoom in it so it's like moving, and then cutting the clip up and deleting every second clip that you've got, and then it'll create a kind of seizure kind of look. If you don't like the fastness, like you think you've used too much speedy clips in it, if you have New Blue effects, see this, I keep talking about New Blue effects, I recommend getting them. You go to Earthquake and do like Trembler, and it creates a like kind of shaky effect. A good example of that is in Moon Revenge. I can't pronounce her name, but I'll put it here. There's a kind of, I can't describe it, it's like a sweeping sound, it's like that leads into the next transition. And what I do for those, I usually go to the effects and I go to linear blur, and I'll do medium blur, and I'll click animate, and I'll put that point at the very end, and then somewhere in the middle I'll set it to 0, so it'll be like going upwards, and I'll go shh, and then I'll just have the normal transitions and stuff that lead into the next clip. Any sound you hear has to match music. If there was a shh sound and there was nothing to it, then your dubstep's not up to scratch, okay? that's the main rule of dubstep, you know? Just find effects that look like what you're hearing. Rule number 3, it's my last rule guys, don't worry, is keep it fresh. If your video feels like it's missing something or you just want to add something else, add an overlay. A colourful one can be good because it's like, I am dubstep, I am crazy, or like a scratchy one according to the sounds you're hearing could work as well. And underlays are good, especially if you have like a kind of staticky kind of underlay or overlay thing. You put it under your video and then chroma key the top layer and have it underneath, have the overlay underneath. Have the overlay only in bits that the sound matches it. I use this in I Will Not Bow, and you'll see that whenever the ch sound goes, so does the underlay. My main advice is watch other people's videos. You will have no idea how much this helps you. Don't steal their ideas, but adapt them, make them your own. The chances of that person actually making up the effect is minimal, and even if they did, someone else will probably already have thought of it beforehand. So don't actually think that you know, the effect belongs to them, because it probably doesn't. Just watch other people's videos. I'm going to put a few videos that are really good with ideas of dubstep, or ones that I've mentioned even, in the description box thingy, and just watch those for inspiration. Anyways, I've got to go. I'm all frazzled and I'm extremely busy at the moment, so I'm going to try and get this out to you as soon as I can. But yeah, have a lovely night, good luck, and I hope to see more dubstep videos online. But my phone's ringing, so I'm going to go, and yeah, thanks for watching, see you later.